And we're joined by Margaret Good, the Democratic candidate for the State House District 72 special election. Margaret, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me, Grant.
Where I want to start is giving us a brief background of yourself here on the Suncoast.
Well, my father was a fourth-generation Floridian, and I moved down here after going to law school at the University of Florida and practiced law at Matthews Eastmore. And I decided to run for the seat because I am fed up with what's happened in Tallahassee over the last several years, not to mention what's happening in Washington, D.C.
So what message are you then trying to convey to voters?
Well, for the last 20 years in Tallahassee, our legislature has not been listening to voters. And some good examples are the voters have said time and again they want to spend money on preserving land, and that's not happening. The voters tell me at the doors over and over again that they want a strong public education system, and our legislature is giving money to for-profit charter schools instead of investing in our education.
So how encouraged are you by the recent Democratic victories we've seen around the nation?
Very encouraged. I think this is a really good time to be a Democrat. It's a really good time to be a woman running for office.
Now, this seat, though, hasn't been a Democrat since several years ago. How are you going to overcome this built-in GOP advantage?
Well, you know, I think that the voters of Sarasota County are really excited to have a change, to have someone that's going to actually represent them. We have seen it in our volunteer base. We have Republicans and non-party voters that are coming out to knock on doors with us, to phone bank with us, and that are making contributions to the campaign. It's really overwhelming.
And you'd mentioned land setting aside, but are there a couple of other core issues that you hold dear?
Well, you know, 2.5 million Floridians don't have access to health care right now, and we could get almost 1 million more people health care if we just took the federal funds for Medicaid expansion, and I think that that's something that we need to do in Florida.
All right, Margaret, so is there anything else that you want to say that I didn't ask?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for having me here, and I appreciate all of the support from the people that have come out to volunteer, and I want to ask for everyone in Sarasota's vote. It's going to take every vote. Every vote counts.
Margaret Good, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks. Great to be here.